Good evening, everybody. This is The Last Word. And this, of course, is the last word on college sports football. Mr. Randall, how was your day?
It was good for a day that was supposed to be, I guess, what in the eyes of people mediocre, turned out
Yeah,
to be a fantastic day.
absolutely. Absolutely right. Um, Iowa State's no longer unbeaten. Cincinnati beat them 38-30. Um,
Yeah,
boy, the Rocco Beck, he tried to come back, but there was just no hope in that one.
yeah,
Um,
he's a man. He's a good system quarterback.
yes, he is. I think he's going to be a great backup quarterback in the NFL. He's going to be a
I
great one. I,
I agree.
you know, uh,
Yep.
let's talk about our quarterbacks right now. Let's discuss the position that everybody focuses in on the draft and all that. My number one quarterback right now, Fernando Mendoza.
Same. Fernando Mendoza right
He,
now looks
he's
the most NFL caliber
Yep,
quarterback in his ability. He's enough of an athlete to pick up first downs, but he's got great pocket presence and he's got a great arm.
bingo. And it's again, when we compare our boards, they're very similar every year. I don't know why that is. I have no idea. But
uh,
again, I just messaged you the other night, right? I said Fernando Mendoza is my number one QB because I've been watching a whole lot of games this week, right? And
100%.
Mendoza, because it's now time to start ranking these guys as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned,
yeah, we're
right?
getting there. Yeah.
We're getting there. So
hmm
right now, I got Fernando Mendoza as my number one quarterback as well. Um,
Number one, and then are you giving the top spot to Mateer or to the number two spot to Mateer? Who are you giving that to?
if
Dante
Mateer
Moore.
comes, if Mateer comes back, right?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Um, we'll discuss the Red River rivalry game, which comes up next week. That'll be an interesting day. But again, the Navy beat Air Force 34-31. That was a very close game. Air Force played their hearts out. Um, and Army beat UAB 31-13. So Bill Carroll, you can't complain. I've got the Army up here. There you are, Bill. And the Army won. I'm also proudly wearing my Blue Jays hoodie after their 10-1 thumping of the evil empire.
There you go. Yes.
Yes. So that was also fun for me to watch this afternoon.
Most definitely.
The other games of note that were earlier games, Pittsburgh just pounded Boston College 48-7. Illinois, Luke Altmaier had a heck of a game against Purdue.
Heck of a game.
27. Then, of course, the UCLA Bruins 42-37 over Penn State. The Penn State defense gave up 280 rushing yards. I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned at that.
And I mean, Nico had 128 of them and 3 touchdowns. I
Yeah.
mean, after the first rushing, you know it's going to start coming, and he looked hot that game. So I mean,
Yeah.
just kind of figure it out, especially for Penn State. I mean, Penn State's in in my opinion, right now Penn State is in shambles. I think there's a lot of things that are going wrong for James Franklin. I think James Franklin might be the first head coach out. And I think like one of the damning things that you can look at is what Prabula is doing versus Alar, right? If like what if they had Prabula?
Yeah. And again,
Probably, yeah.
um, there was 2 seasons ago when Jeff Brock and I were on, and we said Prabilla is going to be a better quarterback.
Yep.
And I mean that was just just something that we all felt. Drew
Yeah.
Aller He has the big body. He doesn't have a gun of an arm. He does not. And again, the lack of a running game from Katron Allen and Nick Singleton today just was horrible. That was
Right.
horrifying.
Yeah, the final play, the offensive line got blown up. I understand RPO
Yeah.
when it comes to them, and they probably shouldn't have ran an RPO, but the offensive line is shoddy every now and then. They need a lot of work, and you're right, the run game, just Drew LR. I mean, one of our legends that we both know, Bill Sparks, gave me this info that LR has had a QB coach since high school.
Yeah.
And he's refusal to change his mechanics, really change a lot that he needs to change. Just so not having that vulnerability is why we're sitting here right now, and it's brutal. He's not a draftable quarterback. This could be his last stop.
This might be his last place, but again, Penn State is going to be out of this playoff run because they're going to get to play Ohio State again, and
Yeah.
and then they get Indiana.
Oh yeah. See,
there's 2 more losses. There's 4 losses on the season. Penn State's out.
Yep. All day.
CJ Carr.
That's one game I didn't get to watch. Tell me about it.
CJ Carr was decent today. He overthrew and underthrew a couple of deep balls, but again, Notre Dame 28-7. Boise State quarterback, he made a couple of big mistakes throwing the ball to Leonard Moore.
4 interceptions.
Well, yeah, but 2 of them were to Leonard.
Yeah.
You do not throw at Leonard Moore. I'm sorry, kids.
No.
He is the best corner in the country. I don't care what any other corner is doing. Leonard Moore is the best corner, and when he comes to this draft next year, he will be a first-round draft pick, bar none.
Great.
Washington took out another unbeaten team, 24-20. Now, last week against Ohio State, they had some horrible play calls against them. Those penalties that Washington was getting called for were ticky-tack at best.
Sideline interference without a warning.
Yeah.
Like absolutely absurd.
Right? They came down and they went out to Maryland and beat them 24-20.
What I'm talking about.
Your Jonah Coleman did not have a great day, however. He did not run very much.
57 yards, 3.2 average. Still broke 100 yards. All purpose with 2 touchdowns. I mean, still not a bad day.
Not a bad
14
day.
out of the 24 points, right?
Not a bad day for the guy, but again, he did not touch Jeremiah Love. Okay, let's just go that way.
Yeah, 3.2 is not an NFL running back for sure.
No. And Arizona just pounded Oklahoma State 41-13. A game that could have been a lot closer. Alabama ended up 30-14 over Vanderbilt.
I would say the score doesn't represent that game in its entirety. Because, I mean, with 2 minutes left, it was a 9-point game, pretty much, and they were fighting for it, sort of thing. But, Pavia, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right?
By the sword. Yep.
2 interceptions, 1 fumble, madman all the time. Turnovers was what it was.
And then, of course, the Florida Gators beat Texas 29-21. Again, everybody out here, Arch Manning is not coming out in this year's draft. So stop putting his name out there. Don't do it, okay?
Got to be the last nail in the coffin was today's sort of thing that he's definitely coming back.
Next week could be the day that ends Texas's playoff run.
Yeah.
Period. Because this Oklahoma defense is lighting up teams. They are smoking teams. Even if Mateer doesn't play.
Yep. That defense is unreal.
I mean, Brett Venables has got himself a very solid defense.
Yeah, and Miami, Oklahoma would be such a stellar game.
Yeah, it could very well be, right?
Right.
Virginia beat Louisville 30-27 in overtime, and those Oklahoma Sooners
Good on Virginia.
44-0 over Kent State. I mean, this was a show for their defense today.
Yeah.
And boy, did they ever show out.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow. They have a dynamite bunch. Okay, so who was your star for the day?
Man. Star for the day. I'm going to give it, because he didn't have that, like, an insane game. I'll give it to DJ Lagway for at least keeping his composure against a Texas team where Florida and Napier was so down and out, and everybody was pretty much taking away this game. He held his own, 21 for 28, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, only threw 1 interception. I think his calm and composure, I think the explosive throws that he made were very dynamic, and he helped lead that team. So I'll give it to Lagway.
Okay, well, there's 2 other quarterbacks who had very good days.
I know.
So I'm gonna choose Iamaleava. Just simply
Nico. It's fair.
Yeah, because
5 total TDs.
Yeah, I mean, he had the 5 TDs. He was basically the guy that just ran over the Nittany Lions. Although Altmaier was fantastic today.
Yeah, he was.
But 390 yards passing, but he only threw for 1 TD.
Yeah.
So I think Iamaleava with the 5 touchdowns, the 2 passing and 3 rushing, he gets my star of the day today. It was really a very good day of football, unless of course your name ends in Nittany Lions or
I thought you were going to say Belichick
or Longhorns. Well, I could say Belichick as well. Man, when he gave up 27 points in that first quarter, I was just thinking, oh my Lord, is he going to kill people? He could kill people.
For real,
for real,
in literal terms.
Yes, yeah. Literally. Yeah. I mean, no, this is not going to. But again, even when he was interviewed this morning, he was actually likable. He was likable. He wasn't mean and angry like he always was with the NFL reporters.
I know.
It was strange. It was strange to see. But again, he needs a full recruiting class. He hasn't
for sure. I agree. I agree. So yeah, I definitely understand. Like, I definitely don't like the full on like he's not going to make it past this year thing. That's absolutely ridiculous to think about with Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
I will say that first quarter, like, UNC's defense does not look disciplined, and at least you should be able to look at Bill Belichick's defense and be like, they're trying to play sound football, but there's a lot of like gap integrity on the front line. Coverage looks very bad. They're not holding their zones. There's just a lot of things that I feel like it's fair to criticize Bill Belichick on while waiting for next year to come.
Well, yeah. So again, and he's got his guy from the NFL helping him as far as the recruiting goes in Lombardi and all that other jazz as well, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, right?
Right.
But again, and he didn't have his hoodie was full length today. It
must have been chilly in North Carolina.
I guess it must have been warm enough today. I don't know, but yeah, it was strange to see him like that.
Okay, so with quarterbacks,
yeah,
Sawyer Robertson, he pulled out a good one today.
Yeah,
I think he's on that fringe where you really got to sit down and dig into tape to figure out who he is, sort of thing. But I mean, he's been balling since week 1, to be honest with you. He's had maybe some hiccups, but he's playing well. It's hard to diagnose him right now, but he's up there when it comes to college quarterbacks right now.
I agree. He's currently my 5th ranked quarterback.
There you go.
So,
yeah,
again, the bigger boys that are out there, everybody was saying how great a game Cade Klubnik had. I'm sorry. You were playing a North Carolina team that had nobody on defense. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you don't have a great game that day, you're in trouble.
Right. Antonio Williams also threw a touchdown.
Yeah. So,
I'll talk about the school up there. They They did well. I feel like Wisconsin could have done something at the end of the game a little further. I think they did not handle the clock at the end with 5 minutes left, to be honest. But Bryce Underwood still needs a lot of work, but having Justin Haynes behind him is
Justice Haynes is a very good running back. He is
very good running back.
He right now is number 2 on my list after Jeremiah. He's
That's
number
fair.
2.
That's fair. He's number 3 for me.
Well, Jonah Coleman is my 3rd.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, because I know you have Jonah as your number 1 guy.
I do, yeah. Once he dropped down to 222, he looks more elusive, even though he was elusive at 228. So I just like everything about Jonah Coleman.
But I have to say the officiating in the college football game leaves so much to be desired.
For real.
There was a play in the Notre Dame Boise State game. The defensive tackle for Notre Dame got the quarterback down for Boise State, and they called him for roughing the passer because he put all of his body weight on the guy. When you're less than a yard away from a guy, I don't know how he was supposed to turn his body any other way than what he hit him with.
No.
The
full weight, because it's an Aaron Rodgers thing. Right, like that rule was instigated because Aaron Rodgers when he broke his shoulder. Am I right?
Well, that's the NFL rule,
right?
Which again, college football is supposed to be ruled differently.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Again, seeing this type of thing being called the way that it is, I don't know how that guy could have taken the quarterback down without putting his weight on him. There was no way because it was just ridiculous.
No, I agree. It's too subjective of a rule to be a rule.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's no one person's going to agree altogether.
Had he taken 2 steps at the guy, okay, yeah, that's roughing the passer. But when you're less than a yard away from this guy and you put him down, that's a clean play.
The tackle.
It's a tackle. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a hip drop, you know. That's the type of tackle that we don't want to see anybody getting hit with, right?
100%.
But again, he didn't hit him in the head. He got him down, and that was that.
Right.
That's a 15-yard penalty?
Never.
No.
Never.
No. So Florida State is up 3-0 on Miami.
Slow start to these night games per usual. Then it gets incredibly exciting in the second half.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah. We got SM. I think we didn't talk about SMU Syracuse. 31-18 there.
Yeah, SMU beat Syracuse 31-18. Texas Tech is all over Houston, 22-3 right now.
Texas Tech is in that group of serious college football playoff winners, in my opinion. They nailed the transfer portal.
And they will be a top 10 team because Penn State's gone.
Yep.
That was your 11th ranked team. Texas Tech will definitely be a top 10 team. It's going to be interesting to see where Texas falls to. Where does Penn State fall to?
Penn State won't have a number, right?
I don't think Penn State gets a number. I think they're gone.
I don't think they do either. Yep.
I think they're gone. I mean, they could fall like to 24, 25 maybe, but I don't see it.
That's where I think Texas will fall. Probably in the low 20s would be my guess.
Yeah.
Because they started 2, 3, and they just kind of worked their way back, and now with this loss, I'd put them in the low 20s.
I didn't have Texas. I had Texas down at 5 to begin the year.
Yeah.
Because again,
the team around them.
I didn't see the team that Arch Manning had with guys who knew how to play the game of football at the college level.
100%. The team around him is very good.
I mean, that people who were all saying that Arch Manning was going to lead them to a national title. No, they're not. No, he's not.
No. Yeah, I mean, he's just I think it's the level of competition that he's played throughout his career, his career, high school and stuff like that. And now going into college, just starting, he needs a lot of work to have confidence in himself on throwing the ball. And he really needs to get pre-snap alignment right. He needs to start identifying some defenses when it comes down to that and checking what's open and then having the confidence to throw that ball. In the final drive, there was 2 seam routes wide open that he could have hit, 2 of them that he could have hit, and he didn't throw the ball and opted to run. Those are the things that he needs to realistically, because I agree, Texas, I think, is out of there, out of the college football playoffs, is what he needs to work on to prepare for next year. Because he's not going anywhere. Texas wants him back for next year. I don't think there'll be any controversy on him trying to transfer out, but he just needs to start really getting ready to make a good run next year.
Well, that's going to be the case because I'm telling you that Oklahoma defense could destroy young Manning next week. I mean, they are nasty.
Nasty. They're fun.
People talk about the Miami defense being good. Well, this Oklahoma Sooners defense is just superb.
I give the edge to Oklahoma for sure, especially because they're linebackers. I love the Oklahoma linebackers.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, the Hurricanes are now marching the ball down to are they on the 10?
3rd and 1.
Yeah.
Did you think Miami was going to take this? Well, what was your prediction?
I really didn't have a prediction of this game, but I would like to see Florida State beat them because I don't like the Hurricanes. I don't like them. I never have. I never will.
Yeah, I never really liked. I never really rooted for any Florida teams, to be honest with you, when it came down to college football or NFL at that matter. So yeah, I feel that chaos would be fun because this whole entire year has been so chaotic. Miami getting a loss would just not send everything, but just open everything up. It's insane.
And of course, ESPN using Jameis Winston to represent the Florida State Seminoles, but the Hurricanes was represented by Ray Lewis, another guy I just don't like. I never did like Ray Lewis and his pregame speeches before I muted them every time.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of that.
Yeah, acceptable psychopathic behavior because he's good at football.
Yeah. No, that was just too much. So the Hurricanes got their first down. Yeah, it's Texas Tech 22-3, 9:57 in the second quarter to play. So what did you make of the Bulldogs this morning, the Georgia Bulldogs?
I watched a little bit of that. Kentucky, kind of a little bit of a blowout. CJ Allen was the star for me in that game. I think the Georgia defense played really, really well. And then what did CJ Allen have? I had it. 6 tackles, 1 sack, and 2 tackles for loss. I think that was the star for the Georgia on that side, with only allowing Kentucky to score 14. And Georgia's punter had a 60 or kicker had a 60-yarder. So kudos to him. Yeah. That's a big boy field goal for college.
And Ohio State is up 7-3 at the start of the second quarter against Minnesota. Mississippi State has the 3-0 lead over Texas A&M, although Texas A&M does have the ball at Mississippi State's 13-yard line.
Yeah. I know Darius Taylor is finally back for Minnesota to help them out.
And Memphis is up 7-0 on Tulsa as well. That, I'm telling you.
Staying undefeated.
They are going to be a nasty team to face.
Yeah. Apparently, they ended our season, so.
ended your season?
And then Notre Dame.
Notre Dame
sat on it.
Yeah, Mr. Pittman got canned after the shellacking.
Correct, but Memphis was the second game of the game-winning fumbles, so that was that deflated the season, and then you guys put that deflated ball in the trash and said, "Please leave."
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So Miami scored their touchdown.
Brock's UNLV's up 17-3 to Wyoming. It's actually pretty good. Everybody's pretty
Yeah.
high on a couple players from Wyoming.
Yeah, they are. There was some guy that used to play there though that people weren't very high on when he. Yes, he's the reigning MVP. Yeah.
Yeah. That Wyoming's still collecting like so much money off of Josh
Oh,
Allen
yeah.
because everybody's still buying Wyoming jerseys. Like it's just income for them, which is great for Wyoming. I love that. 7-0 Colorado TCU. Interesting. I would have gave a big, I wouldn't say an easy win, but I would think that TCU would be able to handle it.
Yeah, but I mean that was let's see here.
Yeah, 0 points in the first quarter.
Yeah. Can the Golden Gophers actually go into Columbus and steal a win?
What do you think?
I really don't know if they can, but
I don't think they can.
Boy, would that ever be the upset of the night. That would just be
man.
Okay. Now we have nobody.
Yeah, I mean Darius Taylor's back. Drake Lindsey is a young quarterback. He's from Fayetteville, Arkansas. I got to meet his grandfather. He's a young quarterback, but when he's in the zone, his drives are very efficient and surgical, and he can get through it. So if he decides to go kind of crazy mode in one game, Ohio State would be the one.
That would be a wild event. Most definitely.
And I love that we have a great late night game in Duke in California. I think that's going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, that could be plenty of fun. Nevada and Fresno State at 8:30 as well. That could be another 8:30 my time. Let's just see here.
Texas A&M with a rushing touchdown, I assume, from Le'Veon Moss.
I think so.
Ruben Owens the second.
Yeah.
End of first quarter, 7-3. Good start to the game.
Now, Mississippi State is no pushover this year.
Very surprised. To be honest with you, I have to do a deep dive into their team because that was probably the biggest surprise so far when it came to SEC was Mississippi State holding their own at 4-1 so far.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a couple of quick commercials here. We'll be right back.
In 2006, we founded Yeti Coolers with a simple mission: build the cooler we use every day if it existed. One that was built for the serious outdoor enthusiast rather than for mass discount retailers. One that could take the abuse we knew we'd put it through, out in the field and on the water. One that simply wouldn't break. We decided early on that production innovation would come from necessity and first-hand experience, not from market research and data analysis. Today, Yeti products perform when it matters most. Whether that be an excursion into the remote Alaskan wilderness, chasing redfish on the Gulf Coast, or just getting together with friends in the backyard, we make gear that helps you stay out longer, travel farther, and live harder. # built for the wild.
Enjoy 40% off site-wide. Vitable takes the guesswork out of feeling good. Get your own personalized daily vitamin pack safely delivered to your doorstep every month. Take their online quiz to find out which vitamins and minerals can support your personal needs based on your own diet and lifestyle. # only what you need, nothing that you don't. All vitamins are manufactured in Australia at the highest quality standard. Ingredients come in the best form for their absorption by your body. Enjoy 40% off site-wide using code NBS40 at checkout.
All right. So last night, Mr. Sanchez got himself into a little issue in Indianapolis. What did you make of the Schefter tweet that saw him with the 3 charges against him?
Yeah, man. To be honest, when it comes down to it, is I think all of this week has been a learning lesson to wait for everything to come out. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
and this also involves Kyron Lacey as well because
Oh,
it's
huge.
devastating. It's devastating. One of the most devastating stories of 2025.
Yep.
Maybe what happened there. So, I mean, again, a lot of people assuming, which I'm not saying I assumed as well, was you can't walk around Indianapolis or in a city anymore when it's laid out when you're by yourself, sort of thing. Not the case. It was he started the problem, sort of thing. So when it comes down to it, Mark Sanchez could lose all his jobs, unfortunately. That stinks. But if you're disrespecting a DoorDash delivery driver while you're hammered, I don't. That's just awful behavior and punching down in my eyes. And I don't like people that punch down.
No. And the Kyron Lacey thing, this again is not a surprise to me at all. It really isn't. We see this way too often in the United States. Way too often. Kyron Lacey was basically wrongly accused and
pressured.
And pressured, right?
Right.
This has got to stop. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
And I don't care whether the athlete is a black man like Lacey was, or he's a Hispanic player like Mark Sanchez was. When you do something wrong, yes, you should be punished for that. But if you're innocent of something, you should not be framed by the police.
Yep. Yeah, we won't get into how to fix the problem because it gets into heavy. But there's clear and obvious things that we can do. But the first thing we all, just as the human race, needs to look at each other in the mirror and just be like, we need to get off the internet so much, and we need to calm down.
we need much less of the social media world, actually.
Exactly. Right.
We need to just speak with one another as human beings.
Exactly.
This is what I just don't understand how people cannot have a decent conversation with each other without saying that I'm this and you're that, or you're this and I'm that. Stop doing that. Just stop it.
Right. Yeah. I agree. I mean, I'm on social media for 95% of the reason being football and sports, because it's a great way to talk about sports and football. But anything past that, you're allowed to speak your feelings and things along those lines, and I still do, of course. But man, your local community is who you really should be around, and who you know, and who your friends are, and who your family is, and just there's nothing wrong with having a group of 25 to 30 people in your life, and that's it, sort of thing,
No,
I'm trying to find 1,000 friends.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I have almost 15,000 ex-friends. Okay, that's whatever it is, right?
Yeah. But a lot of them are following because of sports, right? Like a sports community is not your friends; it's a community that you converse with.
Exactly.
Right.
And I have several close friends because of that sports community at Team NBS Media. That's,
exactly.
Those. There's you, there's Jeff, there's Bill, there's Joe, Keith. I mean,
and we're very respectful to each other.
Exactly.
It ain't hard.
That's what the whole thing comes down to, though, is the respect for each other.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's too many avenues on social media to not to be rude and obnoxious. Burner, I don't know, because I'm not an engineer. I cannot code. But if burner counts went away, I think that would solve like 95% of the problem.
Oh yeah. The bots were eliminated completely.
Yeah, right. Bots and burners. And burners. Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how these things operate, and the algorithm as well that people
Right.
use is just insane to me. It's just insane.
Insane.
If we were in a monetized situation, right here on
Yeah.
YouTube,
Right.
and I said the word Holocaust, we would be gone. What?
Right.
Because I used that word?
Right.
That's insanity.
And I again don't know how it works. Like I
Yeah.
understand what algorithm is, but it's its own being now, and it's so bizarre.
So bizarre.
So bizarre.
Well, Florida State's now in the Miami side of the field.
I would not be surprised if Castellanos could pull this off. And Deuce Robinson, I love what I'm seeing out of Deuce Robinson this year. 6'6" wide receivers do not
Yep.
bode well in the NFL, but he moves well for 6'6".
He does. Yeah. And North Dakota pounded Northern Iowa 35-7 today. I'm not gonna give the score out for the Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions this week. I'm just not. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah. UCF has got a 17-7 lead over Kansas. Yeah. This is been a very interesting day.
It has. I'm glad it was definitely interesting when it came down to it. We're still got more stuff going on. Well, Minnesota's got the ball. They're moving. They're moving to try and get up to 10-14.
Did Texas A&M get a touchdown or not?
Must have got called back.
Yeah.
And didn't even get 3 out of it either, huh?
Wow. It won't hurt my feelings to see the Aggies lose.
You and me both. You and me both. You've lived in Arkansas, so you know what Arkansas feels about Texas A&M. No,
Oh,
Texas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The College Station is not loved.
No, not at all.
At all. At all. In Fayetteville or in Little Rock. They are not liked very much at all. And again, when I visited Texas as a kid and I found out how people just despise the Longhorns in Dallas and Fort Worth and all these other places, and oh, okay. But
Yeah.
then just as many people that despise College Station, right? And they just hate them with a passion. Like, oh, there's
Yeah.
some real rivalries in this state.
Yep. I learned quick because I moved here 9 years ago, and those were the two that like people just like embedded in my brain in the first 6 months, and that was easy, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's always interesting to visit places that you've never been to before and find out these things like that. It's because I mean, growing up as a kid up here in Canada, I had the Texas Longhorns were this storied franchise that everybody loved. Oh no,
Right.
no, they're not. No, they're not. Oh no, even my aunt, who was a TCU fan. I mean, you mentioned that team from Austin, and she would just get angry.
Yeah.
Okay, there was this huge amount of anger towards the Texas Longhorns. I mean, it was just bizarre.
Hey, I get it. There's so much good football in Texas. I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah,
got to be so hyper local because there's so much good football. I mean, going into high school, right? Like
yep,
so
yep.
much money spent in high school football, let alone locally for which college you're rooting for.
And then you go out to Baylor, and
Right.
you know there's other schools in Texas. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, again, we're seeing Texas Tech,
Right. Yep.
right? You know, I mean, this is that whole and it. I think it's got more focus there than any California rivalry has.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, for sure.
Even though California has a ton of schools, I
Right.
don't see the hatred that the people in Texas have. Nope. Nope.
Nope, not at all. Yep. Yeah, it's all over. SMU.
Yep. SMU and TCU. I mean, they They do not like one another at all.
Nope.
Period.
Hopefully, we're potentially stealing their coach.
You think so?
Rhett Lashley, he loves Arkansas. Obviously, played for Arkansas, so he loves Arkansas. Now you can almost tell when he's talking about it is that he's holding a little bit of breath. It's always been. Everybody knows that he's always wanted that job. It just right now might be the worst time for him because he took SMU to the college football playoffs. So SMU wants to lock him up. I'm like 99% positive if he's like, hey, I do want the Arkansas job. They're like, well, here's some oil money, right? Like, we'll just give you more money. And then you just stay. Like, that's fair for Rat. Stay. Collect a bag. To be honest with you, he should leverage Arkansas into more money at SMU. That's probably the smartest move for him.
Yeah. The Cornhuskers beat the Spartans 38-27. That was not a surprise, unfortunately. I'm praying for the day that the Spartans take over that state. I pray for that day.
Yeah, Aiden Childs took a big hit in the first half, and he didn't look right after that. I think it got a little mental in his head, and his pocket presence kind of went kaput.
Yeah. And there's another guy that everybody was hyped up about.
I know.
You know,
he had the good traits.
I was excited. He has the traits, but he doesn't have a good line in front of him. He doesn't have great receivers either. I mean, these are the things that people don't pay attention to, right?
Right.
And again, Aiden Childs, if he goes somewhere else, could be a very good quarterback.
Agreed.
But he's stuck with being a Spartan right now, and that's just killed him. I mean, he's just getting destroyed.
Yeah. There you go.
Carson Beck finds his receiver, touchdown.
Okay, Tony.
Yeah. Oh, darn. Another week of the Hurricanes.
It's not even the first half yet. Let's see. Oh, there you go. A little flea flicker in a wing.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. That's a good throw. That's a drop in the bucket there.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carson Beck really does have an opportunity to get back in that first round. Where do you have him? You have your quarterbacks re-ranked, it sounds like. Where do you put him?
He's like 10 for me right now.
That's fair. He's got to be literally this consistent throughout the whole entire year to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's definitely. I have higher hopes for the 2027 class than I do the 2026 class.
Same.
And when we do get to Draft Central time, it's going to be the annual. Okay, which one of these quarterbacks gets drafted in the first round that shouldn't be? All of them. All of them.
There's a good chance. Like, that sounds like a hyperbole, but there's a good chance that is accurate. Like, that could legitimately be real, which is crazy to think about. But national media and scouts need to hype people up because the first 2 out of 3 picks, because Titans will probably be picks 1 through 3 if they end up staying like that, will need a quarterback. So in supply and demand, people are getting hyped.
And again, because it's a hype job, these poor kids get drafted way too early, and they're forced to go out on that field. Right. Oh, Lord. What a nightmare.
Like the Carolina Panthers, right? Like, what if the Carolina Panthers pick a quarterback again in 2026? Like, that, it seems no shot in hell that a kid's going to develop in Carolina.
Not with the team that they got.
Nope.
And so do you force Bryce Young to play one more year?
Kind of got it, right? I
guess you do. And again, there was another guy who was overhyped coming out of college. And CJ Stroud now he doesn't look like anything like he was. at Ohio State. He doesn't look anything like that.
No, my theory is that Fame, which I could be very wrong, and I hate that I say this because I feel like Fame and Theory Fame and Ego got ahead of him after his rookie year, because his rookie year was very solid. He was
Great.
Post-game pressers, professional. Talked about reading defenses, adjusting reading defenses, talking exactly how Nico Collins and him connected. Even standing up for his dad and stuff was very professional in what he did in his rookie year. I think the podcast and everything got in his head a little bit, and then he just didn't work. He's not working hard enough in those off seasons. And I think he's trying to let himself carry it so he can do what he wants to do, and it's just not working out.
Nope. And again, I mean, this is why we talk about this come Draft Central time, is that these quarterbacks need a year on a bench. They need not to be out on that football field.
Mm-hmm.
Because the college game and the NFL game are two vastly different things. I mean,
agreed.
I
know. I feel like which I do think it's evolving a little bit. But if you look like a quarterback who played so much college ball in Bo Nix, and he came out, and then he ended up playing pretty early in the NFL career, and with his college experience, really rolled over into the NFL, and it really needs to adapt into that system where, you're starting the NFL at 24, 25, most of them. And then if you're going to go at 22, 23, that's fine. But the norm should be 24, 25.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have got to be a fully mature physical specimen, first and foremost. But you have to have this thing working.
Right.
This is the part that the NFL teaches these young quarterbacks is, I don't know what I'm talking about up here.
Right.
And when they don't get that part, then their physical body gets hit too hard, too often, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it just adds up and adds up.
100%.
If you want to see these kids succeed in the NFL, let them be a backup quarterback. Thank you very much. That's how they will succeed.
Right. And I mean, moving from college, getting hit in college to the NFL is so much different too, because it's like 5 times faster, 5 times harder. So these kids are getting hit, and just like Aiden Childs today, you take one bad hit, your mentals can go everywhere, and for multiple games, and just brutal. That's why football is awesome. There's so many things. There's so many legs to everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But again, I just don't see any of these quarterbacks this year who are NFL starting quarterback, round one guys who can walk in on week one and play in the NFL. I'm sorry. There aren't any. There's none.
Nope.
There aren't any.
No, I agree. We only had one last year.
But yeah.
Yeah. So you were talking as of now, one quarterback in the last 2 years could step up to the plate.
And how's that one quarterback handling things in Tennessee right now? It's
loving it.
It's not going very well for him, is it?
Listen, he is the shining light in the Tennessee Titans at the moment. So kudos to Cam Ward. And one thing that we knew at the Draft Central was Cam Ward's mentality and what his mentals were.
Yeah.
And he was a no nonsense guy. So what he's doing everything right. It's just nobody's coming Calvin Ridley, do something. Offensive line not showing out when they were investing in the offensive line. Nothing's going his way. Tony Pollard had a better year last year than this year.
And here's the other key position that everybody needs to draft, right? Left tackle. How many good offensive lines are there in the NFL right now?
3?
Maybe
4? Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
I'm telling you, again, these kids need a season away from being out on that field. They need to understand that the NFL game is different. You don't need to start a rookie left tackle, a rookie right tackle. Yes, you can have a good guard or a center, but your tackles, they need to sit back and learn how this game is actually played in the NFL level. It's just so hard.
Agreed. And that is probably, honestly, tackles is probably just like the quarterback. You were that very well said, because I agree. I think just because there are not good 64 tackles right now, just like quarterbacks, there is not a left tackle and a right tackle, a quality starting left tackle and a right tackle for all 32 teams. And there's not 32 starting quarterbacks right now, in full honesty. So both of those positions get slammed into starting in immediately as much as they can. And that's even when we're talking about scouting too, right? Like we're talking about tackles moving to guards and guards moving to centers and stuff like that. If we're having that conversation while they're heading to NFL, nobody's ready. Like nobody's ready.
No.
Yeah, I agree. Well said.
I mean, if you talk about the best player in the country currently today, outside of Reuben Bain from Miami, Caleb Downs, the safety for the Ohio State Buckeyes, is the top guy out there.
Yeah.
But where is Caleb Downs going to get picked? A lot later on than he should be.
For sure.
You know?
Yep. Advanced analytics and then money, right? That's when the GMs talk about the money. Like you can't draft a safety or a running back in the top 10 because their contract does not align. You have to pay that person a top 10 contract. Stupidity, right? Because eventually it's are you worth it? And yes, you are at that point, right? I agree. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I see Bain as being the first overall pick.
For sure.
And then Caleb Downs is my number 2 player off my board. I don't care what team I am. I want Caleb Downs because this guy is that good.
Agreed.
And teams just have to suffer the agony of not getting a left tackle or a quarterback.
Right.
Or, oh my goodness, we drafted a safety first overall.
Yeah.
Your team is going to be a whole lot better off because you took the safety.
Exactly.
Hello.
And he's hybrid. He's hybrid. He's in the box. He's out back. So he's controlling the defense and handling it. So I agree. So I know you used to be a safety. So there's bias. There's bias on your side a little bit, but I'm just saying there was no bias in that comment because I very much agree with you.
There is none.
Yes.
Although Bill Carroll and I will argue with you all through Draft Central. The smartest position on the field is a safety. We don't care what you say.
I agree. On the defensive side, I agree. So don't get me wrong. Yeah.
There you go. But again, it really will be an interesting draft this year that comes up. They always are, right?
They are for sure. But this one's super interesting. I agree.
Yeah.
Florida State's gotta get something up here.
Castellanos is on the loose again.
Nope.
No. Now they're on 4th down. And again, this is smart. Just because you're on 4th, you're 4th and 17, you don't need to go for this. You punt the ball.
For sure. Oh man. Not bad.
Yeah.
I was watching the goal line. I thought it was getting closer there.
Yeah, it's
So you think your Blue Jays are gonna? How far do you think they're gonna go?
well, they're not my Blue Jays, even though I have this hoodie.
Okay.
You do understand that I'm a huge St. Louis Cardinals fan.
Okay.
That's always been the number 1 team for me. But again, when Howard Cosell was off his deep end and said no team that ever played outside of America would ever win the World Series,
Fair.
I kind of said, I'm sorry, Howard, but I wanted it to be the Montreal Expos who did this.
Right.
It was Toronto instead when they won the 2 in 92 and 93. But again, because Howard said that, I kind of cheered for the Blue Jays those 2 seasons. Yeah.
There you go.
And this team,
listen, being in Western New York, Bisons are AAA for them.
AAA team,
I follow them all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. I think the Blue Jays have the ability to take the entire thing.
I agree.
But without Bo Bichette, that's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
They put up 10 runs today.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. I could not be happier about that today.
Aaron Judge comes on with nobody out, bases loaded, gone. Oh, darn. Yes. You can do whatever you want in the regular season, Aaron, but your playoff numbers, absolutely pitiful.
Yep.
So, but, we'll see.
Yeah.
So it does look like Miami will beat Florida State this week.
Looks like right now with Castellanos and Florida State not being able to really push the ball that far down the field, I tend to agree.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
And your star of the day again was
DJ Lagway for pulling off the win against Texas.
And DJ didn't run the football at all.
I know. He had very good pocket presence.
He stayed in the pocket.
He threw the sidelines very well, and in the right spot for yards after the catch. Had good explosive throws. It was what we kind of expected throughout this year when it started. So it was just refreshing to see, and to be able to take down Texas. That was exciting to see. So yeah, DJ Lagway, get your flowers.
And Nico Iamaleava got my
certainly deserved
my star of the week as well. So there you have it. So everybody, join us again next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for our next episode of The Last Word, where the Red River rivalry will be spoken about. That'll be interesting. So again, everybody, you all take care. Have a good night. See you guys later.